Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've worked on this bike. This winter's just been hanging on forever. It's April 7th now. The snow is just starting to melt, so it's the first day I've been able to have the shop door open, which is kind of nice. So hopefully spring is here. Today I'm going to be working on prepping this frame for paint. Also going to pull off that tire off the back wheel to get it ready to sandblast. It's finally warm enough to sandblast and paint outside. On one day I was on Facebook and somebody had screenshotted the first video in this series and made it look like they were parting out a QR50. So be really careful on Facebook. I called the guy out. He got deleted off that QR50 page, but people are so low. I just can't believe they would do that. But yeah, anyway, I'm thumbing along through Facebook and here's screenshots of my video. Somebody trying to sell the parts, trying to scam people. So kind of disgusting. Be wary out there, especially on Facebook. I generally don't buy anything on Facebook. I always just I stick to eBay. If you do have to buy something on Facebook, don't use PayPal friends and family. If they request that, just say forget it. If you use the regular PayPal and you get scammed, at least you'll get your money back. So anyways, let's get on with it. So this frame I'm not going to sandblast. It's the original Honda paint that's there is on there super well. There's no point disturbing it. I'm just going to use the palm sander to take out any major chips, and then I'll hand sand it to rough it up, and then I'll prime it. Just using a brand new maroon Scotch-Brite pad here to kind of rough the areas. You just need to make sure it's not shiny anymore, enough to take the primer. So in the areas you can't really get sandpaper, that's where this stuff is nice. So areas like this where you've got a chip, I'm just using like 320 grit to feather out the edge of the chip. I mean, you can get crazy on this if you want, make it look like a piece of glass, but I find it's just not time best spent because most of the frame you can't even see when the bike's together. And once you put a little primer on and sand the primer, you won't even see those spots again. Honda did not actually use primer on these earlier bikes. They just sprayed the enamel right over the bare metal and baked it, I think. Okay, I got the frame all scuffed up with the Scotch-Brite, so there's not really any shiny spots left. I'm just going to use this 3-in-1 gray primer rattle can I got at the Body Shop Supply. I like this stuff, it dries fast and it's easy to sand. Okay, so this is my little sandblasting setup. This is Princess Auto Sandblaster. Probably in the States, Harbor Freight would sell. It's just Chinese junk, but you know, for a hobbyist or whatever, it's good enough. Can't make your living with it. For little jobs, it's okay. I'm just using a recycled glass grit I got at Princess Auto as well for my media. You could use sand. It just happens to be what that's what they had. A few more spots to go over, but I ran out of grit, so I'll have to hit it some more. Got the rims all sandblasted, all the rust is gone now. Just gonna put some tape in where the brake shoes are gonna go, and taped off the bearings go. So I'm gonna give this a little coat of primer. This time I'm gonna use this acid etch primer. The body shop supply kind of suggested, being I'm going on bare metal, that this would be better to start with. I haven't decided how I'm going to mount the tires, because this gold paint's going to chip fairly easy, so I might paint the insides of the rims gold, mount the tires, and then get a couple decks of playing cards to put around the inside of the tire to kind of mask off. See how it goes. Got this kickstand all cleaned up. I'm not going to bother sandblasting it. I'm going to use this semi-gloss black trim clad rust paint. I like that because it might not hold its shine quite like an engine enamel would, but it resists chipping a lot better. And as you can see, this thing is going to get chipped up if you ride it. So okay, that is why I did not paint the rims before I put the tire on. I don't got to worry about scratching anything. I've come up with something pretty good to paint them after. Okay, so I've got the tire mounted. I blew it up, made sure there's no leaks, like I didn't pinch a tube or anything, and I let the air out, so there's maybe only a pound or maybe 2 pounds in there. And I'm going to use these playing cards. Just pinch the rim. We'll go around and put this deck of Jim Beam bourbon playing cards all the way around. This will effectively mask the wheel. Okay, so we got all the playing cards in. I got it on a couple jack stands here just so I can spin it while I'm painting. As you can see, the playing cards are going to protect the rubber from getting paint on it. It's kind of a cheap, easy solution, way better than trying to tape something. So let's go ahead and paint this. Okay, I got the wheel painted. One can was plenty for 2 wheels. I am going to take these cards out while the paint is still wet so the cards don't stick together. So there you have it, wheels painted. Trick dries, will blow it up to full pressure, but it's great. Those cards are a great way to get a nice crisp line, not have to worry about your tire iron wrecking it. So my kickstand is now dry. You can see it dried like a nice semi-gloss black. I think that's a great look for that. I've got a new rubber pad here and a brand new kickstand spring. We're going to install it back on the engine. Okay, I'm going to put this wheel back on. I got to be careful, it's still a little paint, still a little tacky. I'm going to put some grease on these splines because the next guy, I might be dead and gone by the time this comes apart again. Next guy will appreciate being able to get that shaft off. I think that's going to be it for this episode. I'm trying not to make these videos too long. I think that looks like $1,000,000 now. It's coming together. Next episode, finish painting the parts, paint the frame, start assembling. So if you made it to the end of the video, appreciate it. Talk to you next time.